My name is Ralph Messenger. I'm a beef farmer in Dorset. We're about 2 miles off the coast. The land type is a sandy clay loam to a more sand over gravel green sand. It's quite poor land agriculturally, and traditionally our perennial ryegrass and clover leys were quite hungry, so we thought on our extensive beef fattening system we would try something different, and now we've put in some herbal leys from Cotswold seeds. And you can see this is quite a well grazed herbal ley behind me with some 12-month-old cattle grazing it at the moment. This is our first attempt at growing the herbal ley. So we planted 70 acres last year. We planted another 50 acres this year, and the idea is that we do a paddock system, or a paddock grazing system, which is on a sort of 35-day rotation of, well, roughly just over an acre a day. The aim is to get the cattle fat at the end of 2 years purely on grass. Hopefully we will get minerals and vitamins from this deep rooting mixture of herbal leys that I think have about 17 different species of plants in. There's about 400 acres of pasture on the farm. The 400 acres is reseeded at about 50 acres a year, and the method is to outwinter the cattle on the grass leys that we're going to reseed the following spring. The idea being that the poaching treads up the old turf and hopefully kills the leather jacket and wireworm, which would obviously be a problem because you can't spray in the organic system. And then the following spring the ground is ploughed, power harrowed, drilled with a oat and pea mix, and then the same day rolled, and the herbal ley is spun on and then rolled again. And we will harvest the oat and pea mix approximately 12 weeks later, and then maybe lightly graze in the autumn the herbal mix, and then leave till the following spring to graze on our paddock grazing system. We did find when establishing the herbal ley, it's best to have an index of 2 on the potash and the phosphate, and have a lime of a pH of about 6.5. This land here traditionally is very acidic, gets down to low 5s. So after we ploughed, we did apply some Lime X70 from the sugar beet factory in Norfolk, and that seems to work very quickly at lifting the pH, and also a little bit of sylvanite at about 50 kilos an acre, which addresses our potash indices, which is very low due to the high sand content of the soil, which has an inability to hold potash for very long. Once these are addressed, we find that the herbal ley and the peas and the oats establish very well. The live weight gain that we've seen in the cattle has been very good on the herbal ley so far, and the regrowth has been very good. This year, which is the first year we've tried the paddock grazing system, the main challenge has been the wetness. We've had a lot of rain, and it's made it soft underfoot with the cattle. When you're paddock grazing, we were doing sort of acre strips a day, so essentially we were almost strip grazing, and we were finding that the cattle were just churning the ground up too much. We thought we were doing more damage to the grass ley than the efficiency gained by doing the paddock grazing was giving us. So we changed from doing the paddock grazing to a more set stock system whilst the weather's so bad, and with the aim of going back to the paddock grazing once the weather changes. This might be different with sheep, where they don't tread so hard onto the ground, but with cattle we just thought that we should change our system or be a little bit flexible with it. With running cattle and outwintering cattle all the time, you do tend to cap the land a little bit with the hooves, the weight of the cattle, and also, you know, driving machinery, you do cap the land anyway, and we're hoping by using the herbal Leys with their deep rooting plants such as chicory and sainfoin that this will help break up any pan that's there in the soil and provide a better structure in the soil, also drawing up some vitamins and minerals that are down there somewhere, which will aid the cattle and you know, promote growth and provide a healthy, more balanced diet in the ley for the cattle. From our challenging year, we hope that you know, next year will be a little bit easier on us, and we can follow the paddock grazing system properly, which is obviously what you're aiming for, because it's the most efficient way of using the grass.